250,000 Americans got a foreclosure notice last month. Homeowners doing whatever they can to stay in their homes. But it turns out there is a new tactic. It's a new phrase that could buy you time. And senior law and justice correspondent Jim Avila is here with it. Jim?
Diane, it could be kryptonite for desperate homeowners. All that fancy accounting that transferred mortgages between banks and into bundles of mystery bonds that traded on Wall Street. Well, that could make it made it impossible for you to know who you owe money to. But in the end, it could actually help put the brakes on foreclosure.
Sunset outside Tampa, Florida, and Kathy Lovelace has to use a lantern to show us the house she's fighting to save from foreclosure.
This is my favorite room right here, my exercise room.
Kathy lost her $40,000 a year accounting job. She can't pay her mortgage or her electricity bill. And without power in her middle-class suburban home, keeps what food she can afford in an icebox.
Everything, and keeping my drinks and stuff in here.
She's living in the eye of the bad mortgage storm that has hit America's midsection to the tune of 9,000 foreclosure filings a day in January of this year. But Kathy Lovelace is determined not to turn over her house to the bank.
I'm going to fight them tooth and nail because they're crooks. They're out there sitting in their $1 million homes while we're out here scrimping and no electricity.
Kathy's tactic, stall. And her tool, now being used with some success around the country, is one important legal phrase. 3 simple words: produce the note.
I filed the produce the note, and I haven't heard a word from anybody.
That's Kim Kolaski's strategy. She lost her real estate job when the Florida market collapsed, and the bank is now moving on her little 2-bedroom house outside Tampa.
But you're still fighting.
Yeah, I'm a fighter.
She bought in the neighborhood where she grew up, a little place for $39,000. But during the big Florida bubble, refinanced and remortgaged over and over.
And how much do you owe on it now?
$145,000.
$145,000.
Kim could just walk away and suffer only bad credit, but she wants to pay and hold on. So last week, just as the house was about to be auctioned,
$100 going twice.
She said those 3 words: produce the note at the county courthouse.
I have a right as an American citizen to, to file something and put a stop to something myself.
And then she called her mortgage company.
I am requesting that the mortgage company give me a copy or provide me the proof of the original note that I signed. Well, if they can't prove that I owe them, why should I pay them?
Kim says she's tried to work with her mortgage company, and this is the last desperate tactic to hold her house until she can get a job and resume payments.
Mortgage companies will not work with their borrowers. I've been told that I can't do a loan modification because there's not enough time. It is frustrating.
One of the banks involved would not comment on the tactic or the specific case. The other, however, Chase Bank, said that it in fact does work with its customers and is working with this customer. Now, will it work at all? Judges say that in most cases it does work. It's a delaying tactic because the companies often don't have copies of the original notes. But eventually they may find it in their electronic bank, and that will in fact work and is generally accepted in court. So this is a delay tactic mostly, Diane. It won't totally eliminate your problems with the bank, but it could give you enough time to find a way to work it.
So you're saying by saying produce the note, they have to do all this tracking, tracing that can take months and months and give you time.
Absolutely. And they've got just a huge stack of these that they're going through, that what they're going to do is probably go after those people who don't say produce the note and go after the low-hanging fruit and leave you alone for a while.
Wow, sometimes the months are all the difference. Thanks so much, Jim. Who knew? You can go to abcnews.com if you want to find details about how you do this and how you can fight foreclosure in other ways as well.